is played on October 18th, and we're already just done with football as a fan base? Come on. I'm still fired up. I'm still excited. I'm not going into it with much hope, but, I mean, is it wrong to have a little bit of optimism that, hey, maybe if a lot of things go right, you can pull off and just do one of the funnier things?
I'm down for it. I don't think it's impossible. It's not like Texas obviously coming off a huge win.
We're going to need defensive scores. I get that.
Yeah, no, it's not impossible. I don't think it's going to happen, but that's the reason why there's not as much excitement around football in this game this weekend. We talked a little bit about that yesterday. Just normally this would be huge, but just not right there right now because people are down on the football program because they're not a very good team and they're not coached well and there's not a lot of optimism. But you know what? Just takes one. Just takes one. Go out there, win on Saturday. You get people excited for the Tennessee game. Again, I don't anticipate that happening, but you never know. So, all right, well, that's good. It is, if Peak, if you got to take a phone call, I know you're busy. You do what you got to do.
Okay. I'll keep you posted on that.
If you leave me alone in trivia, though, that's not going to be ideal.
Oh, once I hear this question, I definitely know the answer to. I'll make sure that phone call comes in.
Good. That's what we want to hear. 502-414-1450, the Game Day Men's Health text line, 502-414-1450. We are live on the YouTube. I think the sound is working now, Corey Price. The button was not pushed. I hadn't produced in a while.
Those darn buttons,
Pushing on my buttons, babe. My Wednesday evening, let's see, what did we do? Just chaotic day with the kiddos. Nothing new there, so that was nice. And then today, this was kind of interesting in the personal life of TJ. I'll share this with the radio audience. I have been offered, quote unquote, I've been approached about a high school coaching job.
Oh.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What sport?
Yeah, good question.
I was going to say what sport.
Good question. The sport is basketball.
Oh, okay.
Which I would think would be probably the sport I'd be most qualified to coach if people wanted me to actually teach other people how to play a game. Again, cornhole and ping pong I'm pretty good at too, but I don't know if
were you captain of your men's league team this past year?
They don't really do captains.
Okay.
I mean, they do actually they do have a captain, but the captain's just the person that picks the team. And no, I'm not a captain. The captains are people that are all kind of friends with each other, and they just know they're going to all draft balanced teams because they know the league pretty well. But no, I'm not a captain. It's interesting. So like any other Kentucky kid that's 6, 7, 8 years old shooting in the driveway.
6'7".
6'7". I was going to play for the Wildcats, and then I was going to have an incredible NBA career. Still ongoing right now. But then you go to some basketball camps, and you realize that, I'm probably not going to have the basketball career that I had dreamed about just a few years ago.
Right.
It hits us all. Reality hits us all at one time or one point or another. And when it hit me, I was determined, like, all right, I'll be a coach then. I can't play, but I'll be a coach. And I'll be a great coach, and I'll coach the University of Kentucky, and that will be my path with basketball. And for whatever reason, I don't know. I actually did reach out to a few colleges when I was in high school about, like, being an assistant. Not an assistant, but, like, being
just jump right into it.
Like, can I be a paid assistant UNC? No, but, like, I reached out to some colleges about student manager spots and stuff like that and got replies back from many of them saying, hell yeah, come on in. But it was no scholarship. It was no money. And I didn't know if I wanted to go to, like, a small little school just to be a student manager or whatnot. So then I get to UK, and I think about doing it there as well. I don't really know where to go to do that, but I start to, like, email some people, and it never ended up going anywhere. But I did get into the Kernel, the Kentucky Kernel, the student paper there. And I was like, all right, well, I won't coach then, but I will write about it. I'll talk about it. I'll be the people talking. I'm not going to play. I'm not going to coach, but I'll just get into media.
Just keep moving that goalpost. Yeah,
exactly.
I did the same thing.
Sure enough, that one stuck. Here I am, 15 years later from college, 16 years later from college. I'm still in media, and I really, really enjoy it. I love talking basketball. I love doing the post-game shows. I love talking football. It's very, very enjoyable to me. However, getting this offer, do I look at this as a path to being the future UK head coach?
You're the next Doug Gottlieb.
No, not ideally, but I appreciate it. No, I don't think that this is going to be my pathway to a stardom coaching career. However, I have always wanted just to coach grade school basketball. I just think that'd be fun. Obviously, you're not. It's like a volunteer.
I did that for a year.
Deal. And I don't know. I've thought about this. If I ever do want to coach, this would be my avenue into coaching. This would be I get to learn. I know basketball. I know ball. I can watch a game, see what's going on, see what's happening. But I don't really know sets all that well. I know plays, and I can see them when they're happening, and I can see the idea of the play, but I don't really feel confident enough where I could coach plays. And this would be a great way to be able to learn that stuff.
Yeah, and YouTube is a great resource.
And if I ever wanted to coach my daughters down the road in 7th or 8th grade basketball or something like that, this could be a great foot in the door situation. The issue is, I think I'd need a time transplant to be able to make it work. I don't know where I'd get the time. Doing this, doing the post-game show, actual job that pays the bills.
Being a father, being a husband.
Wanting to be a good dad and be there for dinner every night and put the kids down for bed. That's something I take pride in and I really, really enjoy. I don't know if the timing on all this is right, unfortunately. But I did
10 p.m. practices.
I did get an offer to help coach a team. I really would like to do it. I just got to think and pray on it and figure out if it's the right time. But that was kind of exciting. What do you all think? You think I should do it or no?
Well, if you don't know sets, you can be like Cal and just yell go.
Hey!
Yeah. There you go.
Wish I had the
Go!
Oh. Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
I think it worked for him. I think.
You just got to recruit well enough. So, TJ, is this a head coaching position?
No, it is not a head coach.
Well, then, do it.
Yeah.
Do it. Get my feet wet in the coaching world.
Yeah.
Go for it, yeah.
I'm thinking about it.
I mean, you're young. This could be a whole new career change for you.
And, TJ, can you blink twice if it is for male?
Oh, we're on a delay here.
Yeah, you'll have to wait. It was one.
I am watching it.
It was one wink. It was one wink.
Okay.
It wasn't the two.
Was one wink for manual or?
Oh, no. Don't do that to me.
You said this is high school, right?
It is high school.
Is this
yes.
JV, varsity, freshman?
Up in the air. It seems like there could be a JV position or a freshman position. The freshman position less time consuming than the JV position, but I would. I'm flattered that they even thought of me for any of them, and I'm sure they thought of me just because they thought, hey, this dude's probably available. He may have.
Well,
he doesn't have anything going on.
Yeah,
I mean, they looked at your basketball resume. It's like
that's what it was.
I mean, this is a no-brainer.
They've heard you talk about it on the air, and they were like, "We got to get him."
My coaching career is the 3-year-old T-ball team, and then now the soccer team. We took a beat down to the United States on Saturday. We were tied at halftime. I thought we had a chance. I think we lost 6-0.
You played the United States?
Yeah, Portugal lost to the United States 6-0 in a 3-year-old, 4-year-old soccer league.
I'm very confused. Corey, you don't look as.
I don't know what's going on here.
You coached the Portugal team?
Yes. Yeah. Team
no,
Portugal.
that makes a lot of sense.
And my daughter wears the number 7 jersey, which is great.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately,
Ronaldo?
she is not one of the better players on the team, but that's okay. She's still getting her feet wet. But my coaching experience is that I coached some intermediate and intramural teams way back in the day, just coaching friends and stuff like that. And that was enjoyable, but it was obviously just a joke. But, yeah, this would be my first real taste of coaching. You know who I should talk to is old Tony Burke. He did some coaching
Can you at
on
least,
John Spears Show 10 to 11 on Big X.
Can you at least say public or private, or is that too much info?
No, it's not too much info. This would be a private. This would
Is
be a
this alma
private
mater?
position.
Is this?
Well, then, that's
No.
giving it away if it's that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think recruiting would play a role in the private aspect of it, though. But I wouldn't.
You never know.
Let me be the new big dog. Let me be old Vince Marrow. I'll get the kids where they need to be. No, that sounds horrible. If that actually was part of it. If, any recruiting went into it whatsoever, or, I needed to go watch, 6th and 7th grade games, I really don't think I would
Don't want to do any
have any interest
house
in that.
visits.
House
or
calls?
anything?
No,
No.
not that either. So that's interesting. Something that I'll be considering over the next day or two. But that's it. That's news with me. Besides that,
That's
I'm
some pretty
locked
big
in
news.
for that NFL game tonight. I'm pumped to see old Aaron Rodgers come to Cincinnati. Aaron Rodgers and Joe Flacco and what they're calling the Icy Hot Bowl between
Nice.
those two old men. That'll be a good game. Pittsburgh 5.5-point favorites over Cincinnati. I know Bengals fans see that number and they're like, "Oh my goodness, no way! I gotta bet Pittsburgh on that one." However, I don't know. Thursday night games, they can get a little weird. 5.5 points for the home team. That's a lot of points. Old man Flacco, does he have a little magic up his sleeve? I don't know. I'm leaning towards the Bengals in the points as of now, but I'd be open to some analysis if anybody out there's got any takes on that game. We're going to talk UK basketball and football today. There is that Texas game on Saturday, 7 o'clock. Longhorns come into town for the first time in the SEC. This is make or break for Mark Stoops. You get 2 weeks, 2 home games, Tennessee, Texas, big names. You get one of them, maybe, just maybe, this season and your career at UK can be salvaged. You get blown out in both of them. I don't care what happens the rest of the way in the winnable games, if you will. So it's a big weekend for UK football, as Peak also alluded to. Get more UK basketball in our lives, which at this point we can't get enough of. Corey Price had an incredible article that I want him to talk about a little bit, if you feel up to it, Corey.
Yep.
I mentioned that we were going to mention that on the show today as well. But we're going to have a really fun show planned for you. And then after this first segment, we're going to do trivia.
I'm excited. Second week now. I've been here for trivia before, but as co-host of the show, we didn't do so bad last time. I do think that's where you're going to miss Nick Roush the most. More than anything, it's Trivia Thursdays.
Maybe the only place we'll miss Nick Roush.
I'm hoping so. I'm hoping I bring enough that we don't miss him too much.
Yeah.
But the trivia stuff, that's where Nick Roush really shines. His ability to pull out these random facts and the quick recall. Did you know Nick Roush was valedictorian?
I did know.
Oh, which is I question because his math is not.
Oh, you don't? Well, maybe at the sales, it's not like that big
It's
of a
actually
deal.
a wild story. He told it on radio once. He basically bullied the school to make him valedictorian.
Okay, that one makes more sense.
Over this guy who was this big nerd. He'd been working for it for years, and he had the best grades, and they were going to give it to him. But I went in there and I was like, he doesn't do clubs, he doesn't do sports, he doesn't do this. You need to give it to me. And they actually did it.
Wow.
Yeah, he just kind of bullied the school into
I didn't know
making
you
him
could campaign for something like that.
more like valedictator.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
I learned about it on a road trip this year. I was impressed. I'm still impressed. That's still good. I wasn't anywhere close.
He's a well-rounded individual, that Nick Roush. I had to go by his house today, actually.
Really?
He was not there, but I did run into him. He was just walking down 4th Street with his baby. I was like, oh, look at that big old goober with no ears. Who the hell is that? Oh, it's Nick Roush. Oh, there he is.
I've got a question that I just thought up now.
Okay.
So both Flacco and Rodgers are both over the age of 40. When's the last time that 2 starting QBs faced off against each other, both over the age of 40?
All right. I feel like this is a big cheat, but I do think it can kind of save us time. It has to include Tom Brady as of late, no?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
So who was the other guy?
Philip Rivers? Did he make it to 40? I don't think he made it to 40.
I don't think so.
Okay. Who's some of the older quarterbacks Ben Roethlisberger was old. I don't know if he got to 40.
I don't think he got to 40.
And I don't know if he was 40 at the same time of Tom Brady. Who could it be?
Quarterbacks who played. I mean, obviously Brett Favre did, but that wouldn't have lined up.
Yeah.
Drew Brees. He was old.
Bingo. Yep.
Drew Brees.
There we go. What year was it?
November 8th, 2020. It was the Saints and Bucks.
Oh, okay.
At the time of that game, Drew Brees was 41, and Brady was 43.
Wow.
That's old.
It is old.
So is that older than this matchup?
No, I think Flacco just turned 40, not too long ago.
Okay.
So will they have to take naps at halftime?
When the team's on defense, maybe that's a good time to do it.
I know a lot of our listeners can probably relate, but it is kind of crazy to think about. Like, I'm 34 years old. I'm in better shape. I'm in better shape than I was. But some days I'm just sore waking up. It's like, man, slept on my back wrong, or my neck on the pillow.
Until you're 40, TJ.
Seriously, that's what I'm getting at. It's like, all right, I'm 34 years old, and sometimes I can have an injury just from sleeping. And
you're also not getting the same exact treatment.
That's totally true. I'm not getting the same exact treatment, but I also don't have a 6'6", 320-pound freak falling on me either. So
that's true.
Like, yes, they do get some benefits. Their bodies are more well preserved, certainly. But it is crazy to think about that. Like, they're not my age. They are older.
Almost,
significantly older.
You said you're 34?
34.
I mean, Tom Brady was like 10 years older than you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Still
And he's
balling.
going out there just slinging it
Winning
around.
Super Bowls.
And occasionally just taking these shots that would probably just turn my body into dust. Like,
Yeah.
poof, you know? And these dudes have to find a way to get back up.
Jacob Polachek wants to know, do you like powdered donuts? He's on his way here.
Jacob Polachek, I haven't had lunch today. I was hoping Corey Price would finally pay up on the lunch that he owes me.
Oh.
Do I like
keep
powdered
forgetting, sorry.
donuts? No, I mean, they're not my favorite, but
Does
I
he-
will eat a powdered donut for certain. I'm not a maniac.
Yeah, but it's weird that he's offering to bring that. It is 12:30.
It is 12:30. What is the? You know, we're big Monopoly game piece fans around here. Jacob Polachek.
He's from Kansas, right?
He's from everywhere. He did go to school at Kansas. He lived in San
So,
Diego.
I mean-
He lived in Milwaukee.
So I mean, in Cali, it's only 9:30, so you know,
Okay, yeah, that's
maybe
true.
he's on Cali time.
There you go. There is a wild thing that is happening with Jacob Polachek. That
This is so great.
That Stephen Peak texted me last night, and my jaw just dropped. I was like, man, I've heard some excuses why people can't do a radio interview, but this one is
Are we
an
teasing that?
all timer. Yeah, let's tease it. Right? Let's give it the old.
I did. I showed the messages to my wife last night. Your responses to it, because you said, what was the line that you had? That is truly one of the wildest reasons for being busy I've ever heard.
It truly is. It really was. I was just like, what? That's the reason? I mean, they're not gonna throw a party while you're gone. But anywho,
Yeah,
we'll
I
get to
can't.
that.
We'll let him come in, and he's gonna be in here at 1, so we'll let him tell that story.
Yes, I should have put that in the show tweet that Jacob Polachek will be in the house, and we're excited. Jacob, you don't have to bring anything except a good attitude and that beautiful face of yours, but it's very nice of you to offer all the same. Let's take our commercial break. Corey Price has a 4-hour drive to make. We can't have him all day as much as we would love to. He's got a high school soccer game halfway across the country to get
That's right.
to. So let's take our first commercial break. We'll come back, and then it is straight into Trivia Thursday on this Thursday edition of Kentucky Roll Call. Beautiful day. Thanks for joining along. We're right back after this.
People get ready, so gave me a week or two. For my brain, so inflamed, my spirit left my shoes. I wanna kiss my wife, I wanna hug my baby, but my goodbyes were through. Foaming at the mouth, high in the hackles, motherfucker, I'm...
You want to play guess the spread, or you already know it, Scooter?
12 and a half?
12 and a half?
I'm going higher.
They're Ohio State now, Scooter. They're out of Indiana.
19 and a half.
26 and a half.
Against Michigan State, Indiana is 26 and a half?
I didn't stutter.
What world are we living in?
Spears on
Making sure that we hit the sound button on the YouTube, which I had forgotten again. So welcome back, Kentucky
Make
Roll
sure
Call.
you hit the record podcast button.
The record podcast button is recording. We're not missing the trivia segment,
right.
the most
That's what I'm talking
important
about.
segment.
I
And
agree.
let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. This is Kentucky Roll Call on Big X Sports Radio. I'm TJ Walker, joined by Stephen Peak and Trivia Czar, the best trivia voice in Kentucky, and that is Corey
stop it,
Price.
TJ.
Corey Price,
Oh, it's not even close.
take it away. It's trivia time in the Bluegrass.
Blush over here. October 16th birthdays. Going to start off with MLB player Bryce Harper.
Bryce Harper's age.
That's
Okay.
the
What, he's
point
like
of this.
36, 37, maybe 34?
What kind of music are you playing?
Oh, I love it.
It's Jeopardy trap music.
Yeah. No, he's not. Is he really that old already?
I bet he's 34. 36 was too old as soon as I said
I don't
it.
know why I thought he might be younger than me.
Yeah, I think he's my age.
I can't get over this music. This is awesome.
I'm going to say 33.
33 and 34. Hit us with the good stuff, Corey Price.
Stephen Peak, he's 33 today.
Let's go!
Try to get me gonna praise the Lord when the devil.
All right, let's get back to it.
All right. Next up, singer John Mayer.
Ooh.
Oh, Bodies of Wonderland.
Former T-Swift boyfriend, right?
Yes, that is true. Okay. So Taylor Swift is 36, right?
Your guess is as good as mine.
I think she was born in 89.
Oh, okay.
That's true.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, so 36.
I think he was probably like 8 years older.
What?
Like 40. Oh, you don't think that's right?
Is he really?
I mean, he was
I'm
definitely-
also like, you're saying stuff, and I'm looking at Corey's face, trying to.
Poker face, Stephen
He's
Peak.
so good at
Poker
this, man.
face.
No,
I've never seen him give away an answer with facial expressions.
he was
Never.
much older than she is. I think he's 46 today.
Okay, I'll say 40.
TJ, you're close. 48 today.
Oh, I was way off.
48.
Even older. Wow. Taylor.
Next up, actor Tim Robbins.
Tim Robinson.
Nope, Tim Robbins.
What's Tim Robbins in?
Shawshank Redemption.
Never heard of
Bull Durham.
Okay, he was in. Who did he? Can you tell us who he played? And I don't know what he played in Shawshank.
I'm not good with character names.
Well, what was the role like? Not that
He was in prison with Morgan Freeman.
Okay,
I don't know.
Was he guilty?
I don't think
so he's got to be older, older-ish. Like he's got to be above 60, right?
Yeah, I would. I'm just guessing like 65.
I'll say 66.
You need Scoots. 67 today.
Dang,
67.
67.
ah, 6'7". Oh, it was right there for us.
I know.
We got like 2 more months left on that one, and then their kids are gonna stop using it. Once we start using it, it's over.
Done. Yep. Next up, former WNBA player Sue Bird.
Sue Bird. That's going. Do you remember any games that Sue Bird played in?
Isn't she a coach?
She played at UConn.
Oh yeah, but I mean the WNBA.
Is she a
I know
coach?
I don't think so. She played.
I was gonna ask what her best performance was.
Played for the Seattle Storm. That's about
Doesn't really
all
matter
I
if
know.
She's a coach or not. What?
Okay.
47?
Was she a teammate with Diana Taurasi?
At UConn, I think so.
Okay, so I can. All right, so I remember being in grade school. That was when UConn men's and women's both won it.
2004.
2004?
Right. Yep.
All right, so like. Oh man, I'm gonna say 45.
45 is a good guess. 47, 45. It's almost certainly going to be 46. What is it?
Stephen Peak, 45.
Well, good
Boom!
job, Peak, and you really worked your way through
go,
that one
Peak.
too, no less.
Get me gonna praise the Lord.
We are desperately needing and using you today, Stephen.
Last of the birthdays, Red Hot Chili Peppers bassist Flea.
Favorite Red Hot Chili Pepper song?
Under the Bridge.
Under the
Yeah, Under the
Bridge,
Bridge.
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Jinx.
That's okay. When did that song come out?
I'm gonna let you
Early
guess first
90s.
here, Peak.
What's that?
I'm going to let you guess first here.
I mean, I have
That's because TJ has no
I have
idea. That's why
no
it's making-
no idea.
That's absolutely right.
Gosh,
Is this question bugging you?
Huh.
That's right.
I'm gonna, man. In the 60s? Are we in the 60s again? I mean, I know you can't answer that, but I'm just with TJ. Do you think we're in the 60s again?
Yeah, I would. I would think.
All right, I want to
probably-
say 60 even.
Yeah, I was thinking 62. We're in the same ballpark.
Well, you guys, 63.
Ah!
What time, right, TJ?
That is true. You don't know exactly what time. Scar
TJ
Tissue, also a great song. Californication. awesome song.
Yeah, there was a
Snow.
Caliparication somebody put out back in the day.
Oh, I'm sure that was a
In
banger.
high school, that Snow song, which I think is just about cocaine, no?
Yeah,
Like, we didn't
yeah.
know that at the time. We were just a little bit more innocent, but we listened to that song all the time back in the day.
TJ, are you answering questions while updating the border here on the YouTube channel?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
He's
Yeah.
multitasking. I'm watching the pictures move around.
There's one I see. It's strange. All right.
Well, I need to get
Yeah.
one of Jacob, and I need to get one of Corey up there. We like to, the people that are giving us their time. We probably need Peak up there in some capacity. It's really heavy right now on Scoots, which naturally features
Scoots
a lot
and
of
Stoots.
Roush, just because yesterday was Scoot's birthday, so we're still kind of cleaning up the post-Scoot's birthday board. That being said, you can never have too much Scoots in your life. But, yeah, it's not a finished
Well, I
project,
mean, maybe.
product right now, I should say. Still project. What's the next question?
Next is October 16th events. First up, John Paul II is voted as the new pope.
John Paul II.
John Paul II.
I want to say that I'm
Where's-
really bad about my Pope history.
Where's the trap version?
a
Yeah,
little-
I mean, we're two Catholics here. We should know this.
I get growing up, Peak. I thought John Paul II had been Pope since like 1920. Was my understanding of how long he had been there. Turns out that's not true.
No.
Pretty sure it happened either 60s or 70s or 80s. I know that's covering pretty wide span.
What's the average age of when a pope is, when a guy becomes pope?
I want to say it was 77. I want to, 67 and 77 both come to mind.
6'7" again. There you go.
63 also jumps out at me. But
I'm gonna say 71.
71, I like those guesses. I don't think we're on it, but I think we're around it. What is it, Corey Price?
It was a great year for the Cats. 1978.
Oh, 77!
1978.
Dang.
Give it to me. A lot of people are wondering.
A lot of people.
No.
Okay.
Many
what's-
people
No
are
one's
saying-
wondering.
What's
Actually.
next, Corey Price?
The Walt Disney Company is founded in California by brothers Walt and Roy Disney. I mentioned some on the show Tuesday. I know you.
They just had their
you did
100-year
listen.
anniversary.
Oh,
Peak, I know that. Was it last year? Was it 2 years ago? Or was it right around the pandemic? I want to say it was 2023 that they celebrated 100 years, which would make my guess be 1923.
okay.
But I think it was around there. Now, of course, this could be something where it was like, technically it was founded 5 years before their first park launched or something like that. Could be some nerd talk here, but I'm going to say 1923.
I'll 1922. Just.
TJ, 1923.
Let's go.
Get me gonna
Educated guess. I mean, it was 22,
when the
23.
devil come trying to
I know Disney just had their big 100 hoopla. Yeah. What's next?
John Brown leads a raid at Harper's Ferry in present-day West Virginia.
Yeah, this was a big deal.
It was a big deal.
And it was... ooh. So there was two big historic raids that kind of had implications on history.
Harper's Ferry and the air raid.
Mm-hmm.
There was one right after the Revolutionary War where George Washington actually had to get he was like, all right, let's call up the old boys and let's get out there and
Well,
the Whiskey Rebellion.
this
all right, so
yeah,
that was
Whiskey
the
Rebellion.
Whiskey Rebellion.
This would have been right before the Civil War.
All right, so there was one after the Revolutionary War and one before the Civil
Corey
War.
just refused to give any. He's so good at this. I'm literally
I'm a
looking for a
stone
head
cold
nod
killer.
or something.
Peak,
Give
you
nothing.
will learn I'm a stone cold killer when it comes to trivia.
He just looks away.
You-
But right before the Civil War is when this had to have
yeah,
happened.
so I'll say 1859.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say. I'll do 1860. We'll say right before.
Yeah, it could be 58, but 58, 59, 60 are all good guesses. Good job, Pete, talking through this. What is it?
TJ, 1859.
Boom!
Come on, TJ. He's on the heater, people.
Pete gets credit for that one, too. He was right there as well. So.
This is heat check time.
Uh-oh.
C.S. Lewis's novel, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, is first published in London.
Oh, I want to say the
man.
30s, but it could be the 20s.
Was
and
it
then
that long ago? So I'm way off.
It could end up being. I could be way, way off on those. But I wanted to
his
say
first novel?
Yeah, I wanted to
I
say
believe
like
so,
in
yes.
the 30s.
Oh Man,
But maybe it's not that old. It's got it's a Christian book, believe it or not. It's a Christian book, but
yeah, he's a Christian author.
I'll
well,
say 1935.
What'd you say? 19 what?
35.
Okay, I mean, I'm taking a shot in the dark. I'm basing it off of what you said because I was in the 50s.
No, if you're in the 50s, then stay in the 50s.
No,
I could be way
can't
off.
be
But I
right.
did think it was an old book.
The 50s can't be right because of Chronicles of Narnia. When were those written?
I'm not a big book guy, so
Okay. Well, you said 35. I'll say 31.
should have stayed in the 50s. 1950 on the dot.
Dang!
I'm sorry, Pete.
1950
No, you're
on the
good.
dot.
You're good. I mean, I was guessing anyways, so I didn't have any reason to think the 50s.
You were right on that one. All right, what do we got next?
Last of the events, BYU is founded in Provo, Utah.
When did old John Smith stumble around those parts, eh?
Yeah, that's a good. There's
With his magic underwear.
Oh man. Yeah. So I'm guessing it would have been after Brigham Young died, or was it
between Civil War and 1900? I do know that. In terms of when this would have been when Brigham Young died, I don't really know, like between John Smith and Brigham Young, the timelines of all that. But I'm thinking 1870s peak or 1880s.
okay?
I don't think it'd be like immediately within the 2 or 3 years after the Civil War or anything like that.
Yeah, it was.
I'll say 78. Yeah, it's a good year. 1978, a better year, but 1878. I'll go with 1878.
Okay. Yeah, we had the 1978 earlier. I'll go 1873. 8 years after the Civil War.
1875.
Oh, so in the middle.
1875.
Do we get anything for that?
Did we get
You
anything?
get a pat on the back.
All right, I'll take it.
I will take that as well. In this economy?
Yep.
This economy.
So, Saturday we're playing the Longhorns. We don't have a long history with them in football, so this is all about Austin and just Texas in general. More so Austin.
Okay.
To the nearest mile, what is the straight line distance from Kroger Field in Lexington to Darrell K. Royal Stadium in Austin?
Do you ever do any of these that are like closer together? Because I've noticed the distances are usually pretty far.
Yeah, he's done.
It's whoever we played
Okay.
that weekend.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. I can probably start to get to know. I might know some of these from just going on these road trips.
Remember, it's as the crow flies. though.
Well, that's true. I did not go to Austin last year, so I
did.
okay.
How far was it?
You'll find out here short. Well, I didn't obviously drive in a straight line, but it'd be pretty hard to do.
Okay.
Well, I gotta
So
do.
most of these are like for road trips. They're like between 7. The ones we go on that are the 8 hours. They're like 650 to 800 miles or so.
I'll give you a hint. Austin's more than 8 hours away.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we got to be near the thousands or in the
No,
thousands.
It's as the crow flies. I'm thinking like in between 720 and 850. Somewhere in that ballpark.
All right, so not in the thousands. All right, well then I'll go 950.
No, you're still too high, I think. But
Okay.
Watch me end up being totally wrong about this.
All right, all right.
No,
You're helping me
I'm
out.
knocking you out.
Okay.
I'm knocking you out. I'm
Okay, all right.
Go 950.
950. We'll go with that.
950. I'll go 776.
925. Play it for him. 25 off. Bravo.
All right. How about that?
Yeah.
Try to get me gone. Praise the Lord. When the devil comes try to get me gone, praise the Lord.
If you've learned anything so far, Pete, do not listen to TJ Walker, the sports talker.
Well, he did end up listening to me because he stuck with it. So
Well,
if
initially,
anything,
you
I think
told him to change
you
his
bring
answer.
that pat on the back, you bring it on over to the
He did.
producer room. You know
I
what
was
I'm
going to
saying?
go 1100, so he did bring me down quite a bit.
Okay. Next, by population, Austin, Texas is the largest city that's the home of an SEC school. Based on the 2020 U.S. Census, what is the smallest city that is the home of an SEC school?
I mean, I'm obviously leaning Starkville on this.
Seems like a trick question.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I think between Starkville and Oxford, if it's not one of those two, I really would be pretty surprised. It could be Auburn. I don't think Auburn's huge.
yeah, Auburn
Columbia,
is pretty
Missouri,
barren
I
also.
would think is bigger than these places, but I'm not 100% sure about that. Athens, I would think, is bigger. Columbia, South Carolina is certainly bigger. Knoxville, bigger. Nashville, bigger. Austin, College Station, I would think.
And this doesn't, it's a census, so it doesn't include the college students.
No, does not.
Okay.
No, I think we go Starkville and Oxford and just
Okay.
list it
Yeah.
schools
I'll
where
take
they hurt the
Starkville. You
most.
take Oxford.
Peak, it's Starkville.
Dark Vegas, baby.
Well, that.
Me gonna praise the Lord. When the devil come try to get me, gonna praise the Lord.
All right. We're having a pretty good day.
As of 2020, it was 24,360 people. The school itself was right around that amount. Pretty
Wow.
close. Yeah.
Wow.
I thought Matt would be here, so I have a true or false. Sorry, Matt, for not being here. True or false? Steve Sarkisian is the last BYU QB to pass for at least 4,000 yards in a single season. True or false?
Who? I'm gonna say false.
I'm going to say true.
So I think we're good. I am just now seeing the Jacob Polachek photo on the YouTube channel, and Jacob's in the chat. He says, "Y'all chose quite the photo for me."
Wow, that is.
Jacob, truthfully,
Man,
I
oh, man.
didn't think that was you.
Was that
Granted, I haven't.
70s disco night or something? What is that?
When?
You know, everybody, unless you're driving, a Google of Jacob Polachek is a good time. A Google of Jacob Polachek produces some images results that I didn't think I was going to find.
That wasn't AI?
That wasn't AI. There's a couple of him that
You
he's
see
just
it?
wilding
I
out.
see it.
He's
That's-
wilding out with the big hair.
There.
And Jacob, I think if you have
Run that back.
possibility to
please.
do that, what are you doing? Not keeping that flow.
Ladies would be knocking your door
24/7,
day and night.
seriously.
He's gone real short now.
Eat your heart out, Carrie.
Okay, guys, this is true or false. Can we agree on one? I mean, it doesn't make a lot of sense.
We'll go with peak. We'll go with
Okay,
peak.
I'll go with false. Just I want to know who actually has
It's
that.
actually true.
Thanks a lot,
Dang!
peak. Thanks a lot.
1996, the last time a BYU QB passed for 4,000 yards.
I'm bad at the true false because I just always assume I'm being tricked.
I'm a tricky guy. As of today, what is the current combined age of Archie Manning, Eli Manning, and Peyton Manning? Archie, not Arch. Archie.
Okay.
Well, you didn't want to throw Cooper Manning in, the one that pooped his pants?
Cooper, the pooper.
Cooper Manning.
Okay, so what were the three again?
Peyton.
Archie, Eli, and Peyton.
All right.
Dad and two sons.
So what was 98 for Peyton? So he was probably born in 78.
He was drafted in 98, yeah. Senior year
probably
was
born in
97.
76 then. So he's probably 50 today. Happy birthday. Eli was Ole Miss in what, like 03?
Yeah, 02, 03,
Yeah.
03 was his last year there, yeah.
So that would have put him at yeah,
So like, let's say he was born
81.
83-ish.
Archie's last year, ooh.
81.
Archie
So-
played late 60s.
44 plus 50. I'm at
46.
94, and then Old Man Manning.
96.
I'll say 80.
Wait, you think he's 30 years older than Peyton?
You're right. What, 75?
Yeah, I
50
got him at
Plus
78.
44. I'm coming up with 169. Nice.
I got 174.
All right, 169, 174, Corey Price.
TJ Walker, 169.
Oh, no way! 2 weeks in a row we got that one.
Let's go. Oh my goodness. Wow.
Wait, what were the ages you got?
I went 75, 50, 44, and if I got it on the
You're
dot.
well close.
Okay.
Archie is 76.
Ooh.
Peyton's 49, and Eli's 44.
So it all worked out, even
Wow.
though I was
Wow.
a little off.
That is.
How about that? Never give up on your dreams, kids.
Bravo.
What do we have next?
You can one day be a coach for high school basketball. Texas,
A JV assistant.
that's right. Texas running back Ricky Williams won the Heisman Trophy in 1998.
Sure did.
Can you name the only player from the SEC to finish in the top 5 of the Heisman Trophy voting in 1998?
Tim Couch was a finalist that year, right?
Ricky Williams?
Ricky won it, yeah. So,
What was the question anyway?
Yeah, I want to get that one again.
name the only player from the SEC to finish in the top 5 of the Heisman Trophy voting in 1998.
Was Tim Couch.
Yeah, Tim Couch then.
It's Tim Couch.
Okay.
All right, yeah,
That's
all
a little
right,
weird. A little weird question.
He finished 4th. It's not a weird question.
It's a little weird. I thought it was like a trick question.
It's not a trick question.
Like, obviously, we're going to get the Tim Couch question. I didn't know if it was just a trick
So,
question.
of course, we're playing Arch Manning. So, it's the Arch question. What is the height of the Gateway Arch in
Nice.
St.
That's a
Louis,
good
Missouri?
question. That's a good question.
167 feet.
I'll
What's
give you a hint.
6'7" again?
I'll give you a hint. The height and width are the exact same. Mind blowing.
Nice.
I know.
Yeah, I've seen it a couple times on the
I've
way to
been-
Columbia, Missouri.
I've been up in it.
Okay.
I've been up in it as well.
I have not.
You
I've been
gotta-
up in it.
Twice, right?
I got all up in it, actually.
Yeah.
Come to think of it, we were all up in that thing for sure. Mm-hmm.
Yep. I haven't had the privilege of being all up in it, but
Knee deep
Give
in
it.
it.
Give some time.
but I've seen it. I do.
Just got married. Give it time.
I do wonder what it's like to be all up in it, and I wonder how tall it could be.
500 feet. I just need to get away from it.
Okay, 500 feet. That seems not correct. I don't know why.
No, I mean, probably not. Odds are, I'd say it's not correct. It's probably bigger than that.
Okay, I'll go.
I am a child. Sorry, guys.
Girthy
Okay,
building.
I'm trying to think of like when I drove by it. What did it look like? I know, big amusement park guy, so I'm thinking a drop zone at Kings Island, which is 300 feet.
Yeah, I would think it's twice the size of that.
So yeah, 650.
All right, I'm gonna min mine to 600. 600, 650.
630.
Oh, in
630.
between those
Dang.
Georgia Pines.
Yep.
The drop zone was a big help. How did you know that was 300 feet so quickly, Stephen Peak?
That's just it's one of those random facts that
You
I
big
haven't
drop
had.
zone guy?
Big amusement park guy back in the day. Not
Favorite
so much
ride ever?
anymore.
Favorite ride you've ever been on?
Favorite ride ever? Let's see that.
And let's just do this at the moment. Like when you rode that ride, you were just like, "Holy smokes, that was an all-timer." Not like looking back and saying, "Well, this one ended up being the coolest" or something like that.
All right, well I'll tell you what my favorite roller coaster is, and you don't have to go very far to find it. It's in Santa Claus, Indiana. Scoots, are you still there? Is he still in Holiday World? Or in Holiday or whatever, Santa Claus, Indiana.
Don't you dare say the Raven.
No. It's their newer one. The what's the Thanksgiving one they have? That's
I'm not a coaster guy, guys. Sorry.
no. What is it?
The Gobbler?
No. It's the roller coaster. It's not the Pilgrim's Plunge. It's the that. I feel bad for not knowing the name of my favorite roller coaster, but
Yeah,
when I went, that is like that one kind of. It's a lot. It's the drop on that.
Good gravy?
Dude, it's.
Can I at least say my least favorite ride is
No, I think that's the name of it. Good gravy.
No, it's it's not that.
Gobbled up?
We're close. I think we're getting close. The Voyage.
Okay.
That drop is intense.
I'd forgotten about the Voyage.
my least favorite ride is anytime you're in the car with a Georgia player. That's all.
Hey! For me, to answer my own question, the Hulk Universal Studios. When I was like 12 and I got on that bad boy for the first time, not knowing what it did, coolest thing ever.
Raging Bull in Gurnee, Illinois. Six Flags, Chicago.
Is that a sports film?
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
That one's good. It's a smooth drop. I like the roller coasters with the big drop. I'm not so much for the loops and the helixes and all that. I like a good first drop.
So you a big wood coaster guy?
Like the wooden coasters.
Pete got wood?
Yeah.
Hashtag.
Put it on a shirt.
Yep.
Hashtag it.
Sell some merch.
I like a good coaster too. And I actually do have a soft spot in my heart for the ones that give you neck trouble. I think those are just fun because it's like it's going back in time, right? Where maybe possibly falling out was a real threat on some of those wooden coasters.
You just went to Kentucky Kingdom this week for the first time.
Yes. Oh, good. Yeah.
What's your favorite ride there?
Well, back in the day, it was E.T. or Chang.
Yes. Chang.
Those were fun. You couldn't really top that. I really liked the water ride that they had at Kentucky Kingdom, but didn't like one of the boats flip over and it was a whole big to-do? I think that actually happened, which is pretty terrifying. But the one that they had when it was like Six Flags and they had the Warner Brothers, you go and like see the ice, the penguin. It was quite the hoot back then. But Kentucky Kingdom took the kids there on Saturday. I'll give them a free shout out. It was incredible. I was blown away by it. Now, granted, my expectations were low, and I hadn't been to Kentucky Kingdom in 20 years. But it was a happening place for the kiddos. We were there for hours and hours and hours, and could have even stayed longer. And they had a blast. We basically just had to leave because it was bedtime and it was so dark. But I highly recommend their little pumpkins at Halloween. It was a good time. We even bought a season pass. They got us. But we think we'll go back in the winter because they do like a Christmas thing there as well. And if you go twice, it really just
pays for itself.
Worth it to get the season pass. And then if you go a third time, then you're getting you're saving a ton of money.
Just stealing from them at that point.
Sorry, Corey, to take away from your trivia.
Oh, that's fun. Austin is one of 5 U.S. state capitals that begin with the letter A.
Ooh.
Can you name the other 4?
Oh. Man. Yeah, I can, I think, actually. Can you name any of them?
Well, I can because I have the answers.
All right, easy one. Let's just go with New York, Albany.
Albany, yeah.
That's one, yep.
Atlanta, Georgia is the state capital. People
2.
forget that.
Yep. 2 more.
And then these 2 are tough, but I think I'm going to be able to get them, Peak. And I don't want to step on your toes if you want to get them.
Go right ahead.
I think the states are Maine and Maryland, oddly enough. And I think the cities would be Augusta, Maine. People forget about Augusta, Maine. And then it's very important to our military, but Annapolis, Maryland.
Annapolis,
yep. Are those correct?
T.J. Walker.
Okay.
Let's go.
Boom.
All right.
Let's go.
That's it. Play the music.
Oh,
that was good.
there we go. All right.
Austin was the primary filming location for this 1999 comedy directed by Mike Judge and starring Jennifer Aniston, Gary Cole, Ron Livingston, and Stephen Root.
And this is where we met Nick Roush.
Pass on me.
This is where I SMH.
Yeah, sorry.
Sad and embarrassing.
The actors one more time.
Jennifer Aniston, Gary Cole, Ron Livingston, and Stephen Root.
Yeah, I don't know.
1999, directed by Mike Judge. Oh, people, come on.
1999. We should probably get this.
People.
Sleepless in Seattle. You've Got Mail.
Who were they again? Give me a male lead.
For the 27th time. Jennifer Aniston, Gary Cole.
I just don't know who Gary Cole is.
Ron Livingston, and Stephen Root.
See, here, my issue with
Gary Cole,
this is that I'm so bad with names, and not just names of actors and actresses. I'm just bad with names in general. So can you show me a picture of them?
What's my name?
A movie that Gary Cole is in popped up, and now I know the answer. Because it's Office Space, right?
Office Space.
Office Space. I'm not giving me the music. Because I feel like I cheated a little bit. Because I did need to see who Gary Cole is, and he is incredibly famous. I mean, he's in some of my favorite things that I've seen. The fact that I didn't know who that was is pretty embarrassing on my part.
I'm looking him up.
But as soon as Office Space showed up under his name, I was like, oh, Jennifer Aniston, 1999.
Yeah. See, and that's
there you go.
I knew it as soon as you said Office Space. I was like, I bet you Gary Cole is.
But Gary Cole in Veep is just like an all-time role. It's great. Veep is one of the best, funniest, creative shows ever made. All right, go ahead. Do we have any more? We got about 20 seconds.
Got 2 more. Do you want to wait till?
Oh, I don't want to make you have to wait. You got to get to Whitesburg.
No, it's fine. I promise.
You're okay with?
Yep.
All right, then we're gonna wait. 2 more questions. Jacob Polachek can answer them as well.
Plus the dozen.
Oh, you just want the snacks that Jacob's bringing in. I get it.
No,
I get
remember, I'm not doing bread or fried food or sugars.
Whatever you say.
This month.
Wink, wink. All right, see you later.
This is Kentuckiana's only locally owned sports talk. The Big X, AM 1450 and 96.1 FM, WXVW Jeffersonville.
Hey there, New Albany. This is Mayor Jeff Gahan. It's another year here in our River City, and what better time to show your support for our high school's athletic
Roll Call.
I think we ain't done yet.
You personally?
I think we ain't done yet.
With Walker and Peak.
Welcome back. Second hour of Kentucky Roll Call here on Big X Sports Radio, 96.1 FM, 1450 AM. TJ Walker, Stephen Peak, Jacob Polachek, and Trivia Czar Corey Price all in the house. It truly is a full house. Don't call me Danny Tanner. Get your text into the Gameday Men's Health text line, 502-414-1450. We've got just a couple more trivia questions to finish, and then Corey Price is going to try very briefly to
Jacob,
win.
get involved.
You all some trivia, or you all some, what are we going to do today? Or salsaritas. Corey's going to win you all some salsaritas, and then we're going to talk to Jacob Polachek about recruiting. So we got a lot to get to. We're going to try to be brief and quick about it. Corey, final two questions.
Prior to BYU, Steve Sarkisian attended El Camino College in California, which is also where this actress, who played Chris Farley's stepmother in the 1995 film Tommy Boy, attended.
California guy over here, Jacob Polachek. You might know this one.
You have mentioned Jacob with about 4 states. You've said he's from here. Oh, he claims here. He claims there.
I've bounced around a little bit, but California's where I grew up.
Okay, so you consider yourself a Californian.
Not for this question, because I have no idea the answer.
I also don't know it. I've seen that movie a million times. I'm just horrible with actors and actresses. I'm sorry.
We got to do a phone a friend. We got to have Roush on a call. So he'll probably get these.
Yeah.
I have no guesses. I'm sorry.
Should I say it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bo Derek.
Bo Derek, never in a million years.
Would have never gotten that.
No.
But great role.
Yeah.
Well, she kisses her son. What a weirdo.
What? I'm trying to see what else. She was in Tarzan?
She was in 10.
Okay, yep, 10. All right.
Yep. Last one. Can you name the current Texas running backs coach, who is also a running back himself at UK, prior to transferring to North Carolina after the 2001 season?
Scott, right?
What's his first name?
Chad?
Chad Scott. There you go, TJ.
There you go. What year was Crank that up to 11, TJ.
I was pretty happy.
Say what?
Right, you know.
So what years did he play at Kentucky? Was that like
2000
early 2000s?
2001.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
He was on UK's coaching staff, no?
Yep. First 3 years of Stoops.
Why did I
And then
remember
think
him?
He left to go coach at UNC. It happened all over again.
Yeah, I think so. You're right.
That's
deja vu.
That's so fun. Do I remember him having like a game-winning touchdown against Louisville or something? Did that happen?
We didn't beat them in 2002.
No. I mean, like North Carolina, I thought played maybe it wasn't Louisville, some rival, and I remember pulling for North Carolina, being at home. My dad saying, "Oh, that guy was a running back at Kentucky." I don't know. I'll look it up later.
Yep.
All right. Well, that was great trivia this week, Corey.
Well, thank you.
You crushed it, buddy.
We did pretty good, TJ.
I think that was one of our better trivia. I mean, for you and me, it was our best of all time, but short sample size. But
Yeah. Sure.
I would
Very
say
small
for
sample size.
even throwing in Roush and Scooch back in the day, I'd say that was probably top 3 performance.
Oh, that high,
Would
huh?
you agree or no?
It's in the top 100. It's fine.
All right, top 100.
Yeah.
We're in there.
Yeah.
Take it easy on that.
All up in the top 100.
All right, Corey's going to try
All
to
up
give you
in
some salsaritas. They've got 3 locations in the area. Middletown, it's got a drive-through. Don't worry about getting out of your car. St. Matthews, get out of that car, sit under their covered patio. Beautiful weather. Great to just get out there and let the kids run around. And they're out in Bullitt County off I-65 in Shepherdsville. Download that Salsaritas app. And then remember, catering. No party too big or too small. Be the star of your tailgate when you roll up with some salsaritas. Your office, your coworkers will love you when you bring salsaritas around. It's the best. Check them out today. Corey Price, he gets 5 of these questions right. You will win some salsaritas. Corey? We've got NFL, NBA, NHL, cars, chain restaurants, television, movies, and music.
Let's go chain restaurants.
Okie dokie. Bonchon Chicken is... Thought I was going to get in trouble here for a second. Bonchon Chicken is one of the largest Asian food chains in the United States and was founded in this country where the style of food originates. Just a tough one right off the jump.
Yeah,
it's not the Falkland Islands.
I'm gonna go China.
And no salsaritas this year, unfortunately.
Dang.
We were looking for. Anybody? Any other guesses from the
Japan.
peanut gallery?
Japan.
Thailand.
South Korea.
Ah.
South Korea.
My goodness.
Womp, womp,
That's
womp.
embarrassing.
All right, do you want NFL? We can do a couple more.
Yeah, let's go NFL. Yeah.
NFL? Okay, sure. A 2-time Pro Bowler, linebacker Sean Lee, played for this NFC team from 2010 to 2020. I think
Is that the Cowboys?
that is. Yep. Way to go. There you go.
Should have gone with them first.
Sean Lee was around forever, it seemed. Do you want NBA, cars, television, movies, music? I can't imagine you'll go NHL.
No. Let's go movies.
Okay, you've seen a movie before. Jack Nicholson played a man who feels lost after retiring and takes an RV trip to his estranged daughter's wedding in this 2002 Alexander Payne-directed dramedy.
Anger management?
About Schmidt. About Schmidt.
So
Music
even
is
less salsaritas.
I wake up every evening with a big smile on my face, and it never feels out of place, are the opening lyrics to this 2008 All-American Reject song. Wake up in the morning
Gives you hell or something?
with
like
a
that?
big smile. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
All right. I think my singing brought it home for you.
Yep.
All right, so really this is the chain restaurant question that threw you for a loop. This woman won the 2019 Screen Actors Guild Award for Best Actress for Apple TV's The Morning Show.
The morning show.
Been mentioned
She's been mentioned
today
today?
within the last 20 minutes.
Oh.
Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah. All right, 4 out of 5. Doesn't put the delicious, wildly
Well,
addictive
3,
chips
but
in
we're not
anybody's
counting.
mouth,
It was-
unfortunately.
It was,
But
it was 3 out of 5, but you know.
which one did you miss?
The food one and I can't remember what's up.
Yeah, there's one more.
Yeah, one more I missed.
That's okay.
Oh, about Schmidt. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
3 out of 5. Okay, well, anyways. All right, Corey, safe travels to Whiteburg. You're a good friend to go check
Thanks,
them out.
Corey.
And
No,
thank you
thank
for
you.
the trivia. And we'll see you next Thursday.
Yes, sir. See you.
All right, Corey Price, everybody. Jacob,
Corey,
what's
yes.
up?
How we doing?
Doing pretty well. Welcome to Kentucky Roll Call, first timer. I told you during the commercial break, I love reading your stuff. I've been following along for a while now. I think you do an awesome job. You're a welcome addition to the UK media scene. And thank you for joining us here today.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. It's nice to get away from my house right now with a mice infestation going on.
And that's what we kind of teased a little bit earlier because Pete texted me yesterday and said, oh, I don't know if Jacob's going to be able to come on. He's got a – what was the exact text that let me pull it up here. Pete said – he said –
It was in the one with you and Matt.
yesterday?
It was in the one with you and
Oh,
Matt.
okay.
And I said Polachek has mice in his house, so he can't come in tomorrow. But he said he is good for next week.
He said he wants to come anyways. I said, a mice in the house? A mice in the house was potentially keeping him from doing a radio interview? That's truly one of the wildest reasons for being busy that I've ever heard. Although it wasn't stated that it was a mice infestation, it was simply stated that there was a mouse in the house.
Well, I said Polachek has mice. It was plural.
There's a lot more mice there than I expected. I thought there were 5. The guy.
Wait, there's more than 5?
There's more than 5.
Oh
according
my
to,
God.
But it wasn't because of the mice infestation. Purely, it was because I had no one to watch my dog, and I couldn't leave him at the house with all the traps out. But I found someone to watch the dog, so I was able to make it.
That actually does make sense. Roll over a little bit so you're in the slight view of our camera. You're in the Wildcat's tongue position, aka anonymous row.
You want to go in the blue chair then?
Just going.
No, you don't have to switch chairs if you
Okay.
don't want to. You're fine where you are. But just if you rolled over a little bit more. So you were worried that the dog would get into the mice traps.
Yeah, there are traps out. I just don't want him
Do we have
messing with those.
glue traps or like the real one?
Oh, we got them all. We're glue traps, the sticky traps. All
Have you
of them.
caught any?
Yeah, we've caught 3 so far, but
Oh, gosh.
but now the Orkin guy came and we figured out the source. So it's just they're gonna keep coming back until we deal with that.
How many are there?
Oh, we don't even know. There's too many open spots that they can come in. So it's not. So they're gonna keep feeding off each other, the pheromones, whatever it is, and so
Really?
they're just gonna
Are
keep
we
coming
talking
back.
20-ish? Like, you do know there's no way to know. but-
It's just the problem is they're just gonna keep coming back.
so thousands.
Millions.
Could you just not let them come back?
Well, that's what we're working on.
Okay.
We're in the process of that.
What about a good cat? You maybe have a cat around the house?
Yeah, that would be helpful. But I really don't want to get a cat, so I think I'd rather just cut them off at the source and deal with all the technical stuff that Orkin said.
You're in Germantown or Nulu, right? You're
Yeah, Germantown, Schnitzelburg area.
Okay, gotcha. Great spot.
Can you give your address out? We all know.
And what time are you normally not home? No, that's a great spot to live. That's awesome. Mice for certain. You're going to have them around there. I came home one day this summer, Jacob. I live in Linden. It's a different setup than Germantown and Schnitzelburg for sure. And came into my house, and there was a giant rat snake in my garage.
Oh.
Just right there, chilling right on the handrail. And it freaked me out, obviously. But I did think, I was like, I don't ever see mice in the house. I don't ever see rats in the house. And I've got a good feeling that this big boy is the reason why that's the case.
Those things can get pretty big.
Rat snakes? This one was huge.
Like 5-6 feet?
Yeah. Yeah, this one was probably not too far off from that. It was a big old boy. So if you don't want a cat, Jacob, could I interest you in a rat snake?
Ooh.
That would be a nice pet. Do you think they get along with dogs?
You know what? I wouldn't see why not. But that is frustrating. That's not a fun thing that you're dealing with. I can only picture what your house is looking like. So I hope it gets under control sooner rather than later. It seems like you're going in the right direction.
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, we were going to have Jacob on Monday, and then we had sickness in our house and was unable to do it, but was excited to talk Big Blue Madness with you. Obviously, it's just a few days after, so we can still discuss, but seemed like a wildly successful event for UK. Is that your takeaway from it?
Yeah, I think last year, since everything was so new, they didn't really get a ton of recruits on. They had a Caden Lewis who was committed at the time, and Anthony Thompson, and those were really the only two visitors. This time they got to plan a little bit more and bring in a ton of different visitors. And I talked to basically every single one of them after the visit, and they all came back with really high praise for the event.
That's great to hear. It's always been a big event for UK. And I think a lot of people think of like the biggest name seniors going to it, and that's going to give them a leg up. And sometimes it can, and sometimes they'll go to a different Midnight Madness, and they'll have that effect on them. But a lot of times it's just great to plant the seeds in some of the sophomores and freshmen and people that are just kind of getting familiar with the recruiting process, because it will blow you away if it's your first time ever seeing Lexington, Rupp Arena, UK basketball, because it is such a production. And then with Pope, it's only gotten to be a bigger deal, which is shocking. I don't think many people could have predicted that. So that's good to hear. And I'm sure, well, let me ask you this. When is UK going to start getting some commitments, regardless of class?
Well, I know that the one player that they're waiting on, trying to get him to commit, is Tyron Stokes, of course. And I don't really expect I don't expect them to take a lot of guys until Stokes makes his decision, just because he's the guy with the highest NIL price in the entire class, and that's a lot of your resources towards one guy, so you can't really dedicate that to the rest of the class. So it's all eyes on Tyron Stokes, just waiting to see what he does.
What's he going to do, Jacob?
Yeah, what's going on?
You've been covering this recruitment as well as anybody else. What's the latest?
So I will say that in the conversations I have, Kentucky is still coming up more than any other school, but I have not heard that a decision has been made yet. I still think that I know for a fact that all these other schools are still trying. He's got a top 5 with Kentucky, Kansas, Louisville, Oregon, and USC. So all the schools are still trying to recruit him, but right now I still like Kentucky's chances.
That's good to hear. Would be a good addition.
Yeah, tell me why. There's a lot of people who are saying that, does it matter if you get Tyron Stokes? Why is he a good addition for Kentucky? Why should I be excited if Kentucky lands him?
One, I'll just say I know there's a reputation about this 2026 recruiting class as being a quote-unquote weak class, but I think that it's really spread across the board with good players, but he's the one guy that's, I would say, a level above the rest of the guys in the class right now. He just, when he dials in, he's unstoppable on the court, and I think that given the way that Mark Pope plays, he can utilize him in a lot of interesting ways.
I watched 2 videos of Stokes on YouTube, so that makes me an expert. No, I've watched a lot more, but the most 2 recent that I watched, it was him taking on somebody from 2027. And then another one was the matchup with, I think, what was it, Rippey most recently or relatively recently? Is that making sense, Jacob?
At Border League.
Okay. Yes, I think they were both Quarter League highlights, different games in those leagues. And I just was not blown away in those clips. Now, I've seen the other highlight videos, and I've seen his games in the OIBL. Obviously, he is very, very good, number one player, I don't cover it, so I can't really say for certain, but I could believe it being a somewhat weaker class if he is the number one. But he just seemed not overly motivated in those games, in those clips. Seems like he hovers around the perimeter, and not just around the perimeter, but like 4 feet off the perimeter, taking himself out of the plays and out of the games. He looks a little out of shape, but that's not the end of the world at this age. Yeah, any good college program is going to get him in shape. So he picks his spots of when he really wants to play hard and then when he just kind of dogs it. And I know this is just kind of a summer league. This isn't the most serious basketball in the world. But those clips did not do me any favors for time.
So here, I'll say I felt the exact same way as you when I watched him at Peach Jam. And he had some games. He was scoring like 20 points, but he was turning the ball over. He didn't look great. And I was just starting to say, like, man, he really looks like he's phoning it in. And then the next game after I started saying that, he had 35 points. He had like 13 rebounds, just dominated. So it really looks like he's almost bored with the competition out there just because he's so much better than the other guys in this class. And when he turns it on, there's just no stopping him.
That's okay. I'm cool with that. And I do think if it's somebody that it could be a motor thing or just kind of keeping it 100% all of the time, 24/7, Mark Pope would be an incredible coach to be able to get the most out of him in that regard. He wouldn't baby him, and you could say that about a lot of coaches. I get it. That's a little bias coming from a UK fan on a UK radio show, but I really wouldn't worry about his effort or energy playing with Mark Pope. Has anybody ever been in a bad mood around Mark Pope? I mean,
no, I know. I'm always in a good mood whenever I'm
Pat Kelsey, when they were trying to meet with Tate Kinney.
Yeah, that time. That's a good point. Mike Rutherford said, we talked about it yesterday. He said that nobody will win a final or go to a Final Four with Tyron Stokes as on their team. Is he wrong? Can Tyron Stokes take Kentucky to a Final Four?
Did we ever confirm that Mike Rutherford actually said that?
You know what? No, but if people just say it, I'm defaulting to truth.
Mike, for what it's worth, if you didn't say it, I was in your corner. But if you did say it, dumb thing to say.
And if you didn't say it, I don't know why are people quoting you as saying it.
I've got my bases covered either way. But what do you think Tyron Stokes could play in a Final Four, Jacob Polachek?
I think he can. As a player, he can be that guy that I think leads a team to a Final Four. I think just the issue is he's going to demand a big chunk of your NIL budget. So it's about being smart with roster management and building a roster around him that can really compete.
Well, let's take this conversation into NIL because it came out today from the Lexington Herald-Leader, and this is crazy to me. This whole article, Ben Roberts, shout out to you. The Lexington Herald-Leader is worth the subscription. I don't say that about many papers in today's climate. You're better off at fan sites like KentuckySportsRadio.com. But Lexington Herald-Leader is worth it with their sports coverage that they have there. That being said, the Ben Roberts article, so thorough, incredible insight into the program behind the scenes, and he says that UK spent $22 million on this basketball roster, which is just an insane number to me. That is so much money, Jacob Polachek. Do you think that's accurate? And they say in the article that it'll never get that high again, or there's a chance that it'll never get that high again just because now they actually have some rules in place for NIL. Schools have to pay out the $20 million across all sports, of course. But $22 million, what's your reaction to that?
Yeah, I do agree that that's probably right. I don't doubt the Herald's reporting. It's actually a lot less than what Pope said. Pope said his payroll was close to $200 million.
No, yeah, that's true. This is only a fraction.
Yeah, it's only a fraction. But, and yeah, I agree that I think that this past season, the way you build rosters for the 25-26 season is just so drastically different than any other future season because it was almost like you're working against the clock of we need to pay guys, we need to pay them fast, and we need to do it all before the House settlement gets finalized and all these rules come in place. So I don't expect Kentucky to spend that kind of money moving forward, but it doesn't surprise me that that's the number being reported.
And we're trying. This was important. This is an important season. Got to get back to a Final Four. TJ, we haven't been to a Final Four for 10 years, haven't been a one seed in 10 years. So I think that the thinking is let's go all in. Let's put together a roster that can get you to a Final Four. And it's interesting. I wonder what the other 8 teams that are currently ranked ahead of Kentucky, what they spent. Because it's crazy. You spent $22 million, and according to the Associated Press, it's the 9th best roster in college basketball.
I just can't believe that. I can't believe that there are 8 other teams paying more than $22 million.
Well, I don't think they're paying more. They just, I mean, Purdue's got a bunch of guys
you
coming
were just
back.
saying from the AP poll ranking. I hear you. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying that's kind of interesting that you could spend $22 million, and it's not one of the top 5 teams. Ken Palm still has Kentucky in the top 5.
Is Jacob?
I do think that if you're going to pay that kind of money, you really should have a roster that heads into the season as number 1 in the country. Well,
what if they beat up Purdue on next Friday? Maybe people will bump them up.
Yeah, I think
the 4-week one.
Like I did a story talking to anonymous SEC coaches heading into the season, talking about Kentucky's roster, and one coach told me that it's national championship or bust when you're paying double, triple, quadruple what everyone else in the country paid. So I completely agree with that. I think they are maybe not national championship or bust, but they have to look like a national title contender all year and really make it far in the tournament when you are paying more than anyone else.
I don't disagree with that at all. And on top of it, if this season doesn't go to plan, like this, there is pressure for Mark Pope. We love the dude. He seems like a great person, a great human. All that stuff is great. But if he falls short of a Final Four this year, there's going to be heat. You had $22 million with a roster, and you didn't win the SEC. You weren't a top 3 seed, blah, blah, whatever it may be.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be expected to go to a Final Four if you're paying the most
you mean like
in college basketball.
You mean like a 1, 2, or 3 seed? Like this team better be a 1 seed.
No, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Like I agree if you're paying that much money. So I'm just saying that there is a little pressure here with Mark Pope to get some things done.
Knowing you have that budget. I mean, did you hear what Todd Golden said yesterday at SEC Media Days?
Ridiculous thing to say.
I think he was responding to our guy Jack, wasn't he?
I think it was. Yeah, I mean, it was a question
Jack,
about Denzel Aberdeen.
Yes.
I think it did come from Jack Pilgrim. So way to go, Jack, to get him. But goodness gracious, Todd Golden, what a loser. I mean, obviously you're a winner. You've won a national championship.
Why is this? How many times in professional sports does a guy win a title somewhere? Off the top of my head, I can think of another Florida player. His name was Derek Lee. He won the World Series with the Marlins and then got paid in Chicago. You didn't hear anybody. Nobody's saying, well, he just wants to get paid more money. Yeah, we all do. Mm-hmm. We all do, Todd. That's why you're at Florida and you didn't stay at San Francisco.
It's a wild thing to say. It was weird to almost make it like our priorities didn't line up, is what Todd Golden said. It was disappointing.
It's so stupid.
And I feel like what Todd Golden would say if he could speak candidly, my guess is he'd say something along the lines of, Denzel came into Florida with an understanding of X amount of dollars, and we were going to develop him, we were going to do this for him, and we were going to win. And we won a national championship for him, and we're doing this for him, and he had said that he was cool with this amount, and then all of a sudden, he switched up on us. That's what he would probably say, is that we had agreements in place, and then all of a sudden, he backed out of those agreements, which... You just won a national championship.
He was on the floor to close out the game.
Would you not go back to him?
Win you a title.
Would you not go back to him and say, listen, you won a championship with us. We love you. You're getting more than you got last year, just to show you how much we appreciate you. And Florida had money. Boogie Fland was not cheap. Xavier and Lee, Jacob, I'm sure was one of the more expensive guards in the transfer portal, I would guess, somewhere in the ballpark. And they could have said no to one of those two and had plenty of money for Denzel Aberdeen, or even found some more money elsewhere. But they didn't. Kentucky did. I couldn't believe Todd Golden had that quote. That was a layup just to say the right thing, and he blew it.
Yeah, I know, and you're the national championship winning coach. Why are you sounding like such a loser right now?
I think people might look at this and be like, oh, NIL's a problem. I think this is kind of the perfect representation of why NIL's been good for the sport of you win a national title, it brings you more opportunities, and you can go to a blue blood like Kentucky and get more opportunity there, and then Florida – on the flip side, can go and fill that role pretty easily, getting Boogie Fland and Lee. So I think it's a win-win for everyone.
Yeah, I don't even know what he's complaining about.
He's just sad that he lost a player to UK. He's on the highest pedestal that Florida basketball can be on, and he still had a player go to a rival in the SEC. I think that Mo Diabate in Alabama, they desperately wanted to keep him. They just couldn't. They just didn't have the money that Kentucky does, and then it comes out that UK is paying $22 million. So a couple things that I thought were interesting from this. Cal's last team at UK.
Yeah.
It was reported with Reed and Rob, and Reed and Rob and Rob. A $4 million team. I would imagine that UK probably has a $4 million player more than that on this roster, but that was a $4 million team. 2 years later, Kentucky has a $22 million team.
That really shows how fast this stuff has changed.
Well, it shows the fundraising efforts, too, I think.
Yeah, and how you got to stay on top of it.
And I think when we look back on things, the 2025 offseason is just going to be such an outlier for the rest of things.
100%.
Because just the numbers this offseason were absurd across the board, not just at Kentucky.
And I think you can do it better than me, Jacob, but can you explain why it will be different moving forward in the offseasons? This was the last year of the Wild Wild West nil, and now there's more organization moving forward.
Yeah, it's obviously the aspect of rev share adds that component. I think that now I know that things are now capped with rev share, and then anything that's outside of rev share you have to get cleared through the Deloitte clearinghouse. So that's the big reason why the money will probably be lower moving forward. And then I think the reason why, obviously NIL's been going on for a few years now. The reason why this offseason was the numbers were so much higher was just because everyone was working against the clock of, hey, we have this money. We have to spend it before this date. Let's load up on our 25, 26 roster.
I think it's been a good move for Kentucky. I think taking advantage of this, like I said, expectations are as high as they have been in the 2020s. TJ, would you say that's true?
Yeah, I would certainly say so. You have the SEC preseason player of the year. Anytime you're going to have that, the expectations better be. What was Kentucky ranked when Oscar came back?
They were fourth.
They were fourth in the preseason poll.
But let's be honest. I mean, they just came off a St. Peter's loss. The fan base was not as. I mean, we were excited, but I haven't felt this since the Tyler Hero team. Honestly, like going into the season, I haven't felt this level of excitement amongst my peers, my fellow Kentucky fans.
That's interesting. It's all personal.
Yeah, it's subjective.
Like I was super excited for that Reed and Rob team. I
was too.
There were podcasts going back where I'm just like, it's been a while. These freshmen are incredible. We couldn't wait to see these guys. This is the class that they had been building up to, and there needs to be a payoff on it. So I was really, really excited for that one. But I will say, you had to weigh in like the Cal fatigue factor of it all. And it was
time.
The fan base was so divided that depending on what side of the divide you were on, and I was on the pro-Cal side, and I will openly admit that the rest of my life I liked Calipari. I wanted him to be the coach till the end of his days at UK. I wanted it to work out so badly for him, and obviously it didn't, and the program's healthier than it's been in a really long time, so everything worked out the way that it was. But it was almost this like, I can't really totally enjoy the games because not only if UK loses is that annoying for me personally, but then I have to read tweets and text messages and message board posts about just how miserable and how terrible and how you just basically had to dig into the sand and say, this is my side, and then you had to survive the bows and arrows that came with it. And then when UK would win, people, you felt like not only could you enjoy the win, but you had to go gloat to the Cal haters of like, oh, yeah, I thought he wasn't going to win top 10 games anymore, was he? So it was just a mess. And the program's in such a better place this year. Expectations are national championship and Final Four. And Calipari had those expectations late in his career, but it was just so toxic to get there, to get to March.
People kept telling me, I kept trying to hype them up, saying, you got to watch, Reed is going to be good, Rob's good, this team is good. And they kept telling me, oh, Cal will screw it up. And you know what? They weren't wrong, and that's what sucked the most.
I think the difference with that team was you had all those elite freshmen that you brought in, but those guys committed in the fall, and then you had 7 guys on the roster in the summer, and people were freaking out. You add Trey Mitchell, which people got excited about, but it was kind of all that excitement was front-loaded with the early guys. With this team, they only had 2 early signees with Malachi and Jasper, and then you had all these guys added in the summer just flowing into the season with that excitement just continuing from the portal until where we're at now.
Did they have a Caden Lewis also?
They did have a Caden Lewis in the early period, but he's no longer with that team.
He's a different Wildcat now.
Exactly.
We're going to take our commercial break. Jacob, if you can hang around for the final segment, amazing. If you got to get back to the mice, totally understand as well. But just for comparison's sake, supposedly the number thrown around for UK football, 15 million.
That's so wild, man.
UK basketball,
That's crazy.
which has, 70 fewer players?
Yeah.
$7 million more dollars into the basketball roster than the football roster. And for what it's worth, folks, I believe that $15 million number. And that's a pretty good number across college football. It's not great in the SEC, but it's great everywhere else. And then this came from Luckett, but he said that he thinks there may be only 2 football players that make over $1 million. And he said he's not even sure if that's true.
Yeah.
Basketball, Jacob, how many players do you think are making over $1 million at UK?
Well, we can just figure it out but go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot. I'd have to look at the roster.
Double digits? Close to it, I bet.
Probably close to it. I'd have to really look and see.
I don't know.
It's hard off the top of my head, but I think a significant chunk of that roster is making $1 million. I would guess.
Probably 5 or 6.
And then when you talk about you got to split up that $20 million of the university, and UK basketball is only going to get 20 or 25% of it. On the one hand, they'll get more on the outside in the nil world. It's a national brand. I can understand that. But I don't know. It's also fascinating to me. How much of that do you give to football to be competitive? Oh, it's so tough. With Mark Stoops being the coach, it seems like it's a dead end there. But let's take our final break, and we can pick up this conversation. If you've got any tags for Jacob or into Kentucky Roll Call, 502-414-1450 is the Game Day Men's Health text line. One final segment, Kentucky Roll Call, coming up next on the Big Apple.
Matt Dennison here, inviting you to join me weekdays at 11 a.m. for the Hoosier Report.
locked in. He turned 32 yesterday. Does he have a vintage moment in the end zone? It is caught for the win. Richard Rodgers with a walk-off touchdown. A game ender for the Packers.
I have an excuse to play Packers stuff. Jacob Polchek from On 3. He is in the studio, and he is wearing his Packers gear, which is a welcome sight to me. The Miracle in Motown. Is that your favorite Aaron Rodgers Hail Mary, Jacob?
Yeah, I think that the one later in the season would have been if they would have won that game.
Would have won that game.
That one still haunts me, but that's got to be up there.
Yeah, just an incredible few-year stretch there. You truly felt like any game was possible. When Aaron Rodgers was slinging it like that, there was some magic around the Green Bay Packers, but we're doing quite all right post-Rodgers. Rodgers takes on the Bengals, Pittsburgh versus Cincinnati tonight. Pittsburgh 5.5-point favorites, but on Polymarket, a mega whale has dropped 60,000 on Cincinnati money line tonight,
Whoa.
which is crazy. I would not do that.
It's
but
Adam Luckett.
there you go.
Going all in.
There you go. Welcome back. If you'd like to get in touch with the show, the Game Day Men's Health text line 502-414-1450. Steven, what else do you have for Jacob, or we can get to the text line, or whatever else wherever you want to go, really.
Let's go to the text line a little bit. I got all kinds of stuff for Jacob. He'll have his podcast out tomorrow. Here Comes the Boom on KSR YouTube. So he'll have some more stuff to get to there as it comes up too. But we got a lot of stuff to get to in the text line. I feel like it always ends up going longer than we think it will.
Yeah, it does for sure. But we want Jacob to be a part of it.
We also have a new tweet from our favorite Louisville Twitter user.
Who's our favorite?
Rashawn Myers.
I don't know. He's not my favorite.
He's not your favorite yet.
No, he's not.
Working his way up, though, I'm sure.
But appreciate the work that he does here on Big X Sports Radio. That's for sure. I saw that he never followed up on the horrible UK is nothing but role players.
So he's following up with it now.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to know what it said?
This should be good. Let me get some yakety sack music in the background.
All right. I'll wait for that. But if you remember yesterday, he was talking about how Kentucky's got a roster full of role players. Joe Tipton put out the article or referenced the Herald Leader article. Kentucky's NIL payroll for this year's roster, $22 million. Rashawn Myers, quote, retweeted. Do we have yakety sacks?
Yeah, you can just go ahead.
Okay. He said, that's absurd considering what they got. Cats overpaid for a bunch of guys, man. If you got it, spend it, but at least make it worth your money. That poll that ranks strictly bench players and U of L is strictly bench players and U of L is number 1 and UK is number 4. I'd be furious if I'm a Cat fan, especially considering the Cards didn't spend half that much.
Hey, buddy, why don't you stop telling us how to feel, pal?
The games are going to speak for themselves here soon. We'll know. I love it. I mean, we have to talk about it. We have to talk. People have things they have to say before the games tip off. But I like that he's doubling down on it because it's going to make it so much more fun on November 11th when without JQ, the Cats get a win in the Yum Center.
If Kentucky wins in the Yum Center and JQ's not playing in that game,
I will never shut
fans
up.
will not know obnoxious. Now, the thing is, the football game will be a few
more money
weeks later, but oh, goodness gracious. Now, on the flip side, how annoying will it be for UK fans anytime you lose when you've got that $22 million number that's floating around?
Yeah, but one of our big, one of the big guys I don't know how much we paid for JQ. Jacob, any guesses?
I would think he's the most expensive player.
I would think he's up there with Owe.
So, and he's not going to play. So that's what I would say to that. That's the good thing about him not playing.
At the end of the day, when this number is getting thrown around, when you know that Kentucky's paid this much, it's just if they win, it's going to be worth it. If they lose, you're never going to hear the end of it.
Yeah, but
well stated. That's really the long and the short of it.
The New York Mets spent the most money in baseball this year. How are they doing right now? What are they doing?
Well, that's the thing. Aren't the three
the Dodgers paid a lot, and they're about to blow a 2-0 lead. So,
isn't that
our resident Brewer fan here?
The three biggest payrolls: the Yankees, Mets, and Dodgers. And for the Dodgers, it's money well spent, right?
Yeah.
And then for the Yankees and Mets, are you actually getting a good return on investment? That's the question that Mark Pope's going to have to answer after the year. Yeah. And if it's a Final Four, you're going to get as much money as you need for the following year. If it's anything short of that, you're not going to have as much money to play with. And that's going to be something that you're seeing that with Mark Stoops right now. It's starting to snowball. People don't want to give more money, so he gets worse caliber player, which leads to worse results. But the issue with Mark was last year was your big payoff year. You did nothing with it. You won 4 games, and now it's pretty much over unless you shock the world and can find a way to get more money into the program. The same can happen with Mark Pope, and it did somewhat happen with John Calipari, where he had just iced out some of the donors, a.k.a. the Crafts, and they weren't going to pay as much anymore.
What were they paying before 2020?
Before the nil era? They were paying with kindness.
Oh, that's good.
They're showering them with support.
Good.
Ashton Hagen's money phones.
Nice.
Yes, absolutely. Let's get to the text line 50. Yeah, so the Meyer, I don't even know what the follow-up was. He's saying that they didn't build a good enough roster with the money?
Yeah, he's saying, well, now knowing that you spent basically he's saying if you spent $22 million and your team's not good, is what he's saying.
That's strange that a preseason top 5 Kim Bomb team is not good.
Yeah. I want to know what rating does he use to figure, because he obviously doesn't think Kentucky's got a good team. So I want to know, like, which one is he looking at? Does he have his own?
I just don't know. So he doesn't think it's a good team because it's too many role players. You have the SEC preseason player of the year in the toughest conference in the league.
And a top 5 draft pick.
It's just such a dumb thing to say.
And I love it, doubling down on it. This is what the rivalry has missed, TJ. We've missed the crazy Louisville takes. Yeah. Them trying to convince themselves every year that they're better than Kentucky.
That they are going to beat UK. And,
they might. That doesn't mean they're a better team.
The big confident fan. We're going to beat that booty.
They've won that game 3 times since 2008.
But it is a huge one for them. It's a big one for Kentucky. I'm not.
No, it is.
I'm not trying to play that
and
game.
We've won that game all but 3 years since 2008.
It's in their home building. U of L's backcourt is legitimately one of the best in the country. Jacob, are you high on their backcourt? You're a big basketball guy.
I think they've got a really good backcourt, and I think they're going to be a really good team this year.
I think they are too. I don't know why U of L fans, some of them feel like they have to put down Kentucky, when in reality, Louisville's going to have a great team. I like Kentucky's roster better, but on November 11th, when they give out the championship in April, U of L could, in a home game, without UK's most expensive or second most expensive player, they can win that game. They can. It doesn't mean Kentucky's a bad team, Rashawn Myers.
I like to operate in the realm of reality, and I don't try to let my biases dictate how I feel about a team. Louisville has a good team. I could easily sit here and say, well, who are their star players? They have Mikael Brown Jr., but who else do they have? I mean, do they have a roster full of role players also? No, I think Louisville's got a good team.
Yeah. I like Kentucky's front court better than Louisville's. UK and U of L's backcourt, I think, is pretty well close to a wash, but I think Kentucky's is going to be more consistent, so I'd lean towards that. But U of L on any given night, they're going to be the better outside shooting team, and they can just bury somebody with that. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a great time to be doing radio in this part of the country, no doubt about it. A texter on the Game Day Men's Health text line. Remember that Kelly Craft commercial where they were helicoptering elementary schools for the culture wars? She's pretty cool. Yeah, she's a better fundraiser than she was politician. The governor's run did not go great. She did not make it out of the primary, nowhere really close to it. I wonder if she's going to do anything else in politics. I hope not.
Stick to basketball. Stick to sports.
Stick to sports.
Be the first lady of UK basketball.
Yeah, that's where we love. That's the role that we love the Crafts being in.
Roll out the blue carpet that you yourself bought and provided.
Because Republican, Democrat, we all get behind Kentucky basketball. So, it's a great unifier.
It's no place else in the country. We're so special. It's just different here. Pat Jones handled the last few years of Cal wonderfully. He didn't let his own thoughts and opinions get in the way. He definitely didn't attempt to manipulate his fans with emotional appeals.
I'm sitting this one out.
Yeah, we get some people that aren't the biggest Pat Jones fans on the text line. We get some that are, though, and it goes all sorts of ways. The texter says, just wanted to say a quick thanks to this show for not reading fake texts from listeners that help you look better or make up controversial points.
I'm glad that we don't do that.
Yeah.
Could you imagine a show that did that?
That would not be good.
No, it'd be terrible. I would never listen.
The next texter says, TJ, you're the strongest, most sexy man in the world. I love listening to your voice. We love our listeners. Thank you for that. That's so nice. All right, this is an interesting one. What's up? Tennessee Vols fan here. I come in peace.
Okay.
Mark Pope is one of my favorite coaches in all of college basketball. I think he and Rick Barnes are much alike.
Ugh.
My question is, what is the current view from Kentucky fans towards Tennessee athletics? Not good.
Hate. No,
thank you for listening, and thanks for texting into the Game Day Men's Health text line, but it's not good, unfortunately.
If you're asking for like what I think they're doing a lot of good stuff, honestly. As much as I hate to admit it, they do a lot of things that I kind of go, all right, Kentucky, can we do that? No, I mean, we are. We're getting the entertainment district that they're building as well. They have their football program, as we've talked about. I talked about it over the summer. That have they really been a top 15 football program since Philip Fulmer left? No, but Heupel obviously has them going in the right direction. You got a basketball team that, I mean, at some point they have to make a Final Four. They have to. They've had all these good teams now. They won a baseball championship a couple years ago. Yeah, Tennessee, as much as I hate this, like their athletic department's sort of killing it.
I will say that, like, when I first started this job, Louisville was so bad under Kenny Payne that I think a lot of that hate was directed towards Tennessee because it was a little more evenly matched. And then now that Pat Kelsey's there, Kentucky fans' focus is back on Louisville and maybe a little less on Tennessee.
Yeah, because Tennessee football came down to our level. I really think Kentucky football for 5 seasons was better, maybe even a lot better than Tennessee, and they beat us 3 times anyway.
Yeah, it's terrible. I think Kentucky and Tennessee's athletic programs are pretty close to mirror images of one another in so many ways. I think Tennessee, unfortunately, right now has more money, but I think in any given decade that could change. I think it simply is right now Tennessee has a better director of athletics than Kentucky does. Thus, the Tennessee athletic program as a whole is slightly above Kentucky's, but they're mirror images of one another.
Very passionate fan bases.
State programs, the biggest show in town, the biggest show really in the state, all things considered. You do have a rival in-state program, but you should be better than them, all things considered. They're very, very comparable. It just comes down to who the athletic director is, and I think right now Tennessee's athletic director is just a little bit more serious about winning than Mitch Barnhart is, and I think he's a little bit more serious about, gee golly, doing the right thing.
Yeah, Tennessee was one of those teams that was moving fast and breaking things when the NIL stuff started coming out.
They were going to ask questions later.
Yeah.
We'll just do what we want, and then we'll come back and follow up on it.
Yep.
And I respected the hell out of that. Thanks for texting in, Tennessee fan. I love Coach Pope, but I'll always be with Cal over the crafts and barn fart and the insane. We know more about basketball than coaches segment of our fan base. Hey, it's over, baby. We don't have to dig that up. It was an ugly time. It was disappointing how it all played out, but it's a new day of UK basketball, and this season, as Pika said, is one of the most anticipated in a really, really long time. A texter says, first time watching the stream and had no clue what TJ looked like until now. Yeah, I usually wear a hat. Not wearing a hat today. No, I don't have the best hair in radio. I think Jacob Polachek back in the day. I mean, that's just incredible. That was your college look.
You got a good haircut now. He's got a good haircut today.
Yeah, it's a lot different than it was back in college. That was, I had to do it once. I had to see how much I could let that hair grow.
How long did that take?
That was like a year.
Wow, nice.
Yeah,
man,
no haircut.
Were you sad when you cut it?
Yeah, same question.
No, I just kind of wanted to cut it because everyone would ask me, are you ever going to cut your hair? Are you ever going to cut your hair? And I just kind of wanted to do it at a random time when, like, I was just bored one day. So I was like, oh, you know what? I'm getting close to graduation. I might as well go get it cut.
That's the way to go. I do the same if I can't grow my hair like that in my wildest dreams, but sometimes I do that with a beard. We're just like out of the blue. I'd just be clean shaven. And the reactions from people were always kind of enjoyable. It's nice to be noticed. You know, I bet 1 million people, Jacob, were like, your hair.
Oh, yeah. It got annoying real fast. But I did think at the time, I'm like, when am I ever going to be able to have a job or something where I can grow out my hair like this? But I guess right now, my job, I don't think I'd get in trouble for doing that with this job.
No, you don't. You'd fit in almost.
Did you guys see the Virginia Tech fans complaining about the potential of hiring Mark Stoops?
I can't say I blame them, Stephen.
I think that,
what?
God, they would be so lucky to get.
They would be so no, and I'm not even being. Come on. What is it with these Virginia Tech fans acting like Mark Stoops is beneath them? They lost to Old Dominion by 19 a few weeks ago. They lost to Marshall 2 years ago. Mark Stoops is 1-0 against Virginia Tech, and he did that with a wide receiver at quarterback while they had Hendon Hooker. their best season since 2019. They were 7-6 in the ACC.
You can be totally true about all this. I'm just not defending Mark Stoops at this juncture of my life.
I'm defending him going to Virginia Tech. It's run its course maybe at Kentucky, but they should feel lucky that Mark Stoops is even entertaining them. Stoops has to go up against Kirby Smart, Josh Heupel, and Lane Kiffin every year. You think he can't handle Tony Elliott? You've gone from beamer ball to bummer ball, and still you think you're too good for the winningest coach in Kentucky history.
What's UK's offense ranked?
Doesn't matter, TJ.
I mean, it matters.
TJ, what are you doing?
I promise you it matters, Pete.
If Virginia Tech, if you're listening to this for some reason and you're a Virginia Tech fan
or booster,
I don't even know if you deserve Mark Stoops. You would be lucky to get a coach of that caliber.
So I actually had a take, like when this came out 2 days ago or whenever that was, that I was like, listen, he is the all-time winningest coach in UK football history. A change of scenery and just a fresh start, at the right level, I think he could win.
He would kill it at Virginia Tech. Are you kidding me?
Again,
10-win seasons are back in Blacksburg if you hire Mark Stoops.
You're towing the sarcastic line, but I also think you're being like I can see what you're doing, and again I can get behind it. But if somebody doesn't want to get behind Mark Stoops right now, I'm with that person.
Who else are you gonna get? Virginia Tech. Who else are you getting?
Somebody
Mike
that
Stoops.
Could score 14 points a game, maybe. Texter says, "Is there a possibility that I'm on roller coaster talk. Is there a possibility that the roster costs so much because they are more than 1-year deals? Would that change this year being a Final Four bust?" Now that's a good, interesting point. That'd be a follow up with Ben Roberts. Is that possibly the $22 million, including some for next year potentially?
Yeah, I've seen people say that.
What's your take on that?
Yeah, I don't think it's a significant chunk of that $22 million. I think that there may be some 2-year deals, but a lot of coaches are kind of hesitant to do that because it's just there's no real enforcement of those 2-year deals. So I've talked to coaches at other programs that have been kind of hesitant with doing multi-year deals just because you're committing a lot of money to a guy for multiple years and you don't know what things are going to be like in a year.
No, and you're right. It doesn't have to necessarily be binding. It could always turn into litigation, and it may just be easier to do the 1-year deals and then reevaluate based on where people are. Players you would think maybe would want to do that, to bet on themselves, have a good year, and then make more money the following year. So that is interesting, Texter, but it seems like maybe that's not the case. Gary Cole played a radio talk show host on a show called Midnight Caller in the late 80s, early 90s, where he would go solve his callers' problems after work if you're looking for a side hustle, TJ.
TJ going with a couple side hustles. Going to coach basketball, going to go help callers with their problems.
That's a fun concept. Like, hey, call in, what's your issue, and I'll work on it.
Do you work with mice at all?
Mice and Men. Tim the Rabbits, Lenny? Any of you all read that book?
I had to read that in school, I remember.
There you go, Tim the Rabbits. 502-414-1450. That's when he shoots him in the back of the head, Jacob. The scene where he shoots him in the back of the head. Texter on the Game Day Men's Health text line. Vortex is the best coaster of all time. Sad that it's gone. That's from our buddy Scoots. Peak strikes me as a good gravy guy.
Mm-hmm.
Another texter says, old Jacob Polachek photo gives Sean White vibes. Yeah. I would say go for it, TJ, because you sound excited. But first, I need to know what your wife thinks about it. Oh, yeah, I knew I was forget to ask somebody. My husband coached high school when our kids were young, and it's a big time commitment. Oh, no doubt about it. It's a huge time commitment. I know that. All right, Jacob, can't thank you enough. We've got just about a minute. How you feeling? What do you think's going to happen in this Bengals-Steelers game tonight?
I think the Bengals will win.
Okay.
Because it'll make the Packers win over the Bengals look even better.
Oh, yeah, you're going for the RPI.
RPI.
Yeah, okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
Help to shrink the schedule.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll be getting Rodgers. We'll be getting him a little bit later on in the year, going to Pittsburgh for that one.
Do you all still pull for him? You still want him to do well?
I love Aaron Rodgers.
Okay.
I will always love that dude. Jacob shrugged his shoulders. He's not too crazy about him.
I don't root against him, but I really don't care too much about if Rodgers succeeds or not. I kind of, after he left the Packers, I was so tired of hearing from him that I just put him out of my mind.
That's so funny because, like, Anthony Rizzo, I wanted him to do well in New York. I don't know why. It's not like a former Kentucky player going into the NBA or going into the NFL, but because we won me a title with the World Series, the Cubs.
He just provided me so many unbelievably happy moments. I wish more Super Bowls, granted, but just some of those wins, pulling victory out of the jaws of defeat. I'll always be a fan of his. And go on and beat up on the Bengals tonight, big dog. All right, Jacob, thank you so much. Have a good day. This is Kentucky Roll.
86.1 FM, WXVW Jeffersonville.